A Kentucky cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Welcome back to Midday. We are in the beautiful kitchen here at Creative Kitchens and Bath with Chef Allison Davis. All right, she's already bringing the onions out. I see some mushrooms. We're making kind of a finger food kind of appetizer thing today.
Yeah, this is perfect, again, for just like summer, for a side, or for an appetizer. This would go really well with just some sliced heirloom tomatoes, a little bit of like a, remoulade sauce.
Ooh, you're making it fancy.
I know. Well, it's not that fancy. We're talking fritters, okay? So, but this is vegetarian fritter. This is onion, corn, and shiitake. So as you get into the summer, it's the perfect time of year to use, your fresh corn.
Yes.
But even if you don't have fresh corn, I've got, a couple little, hacks, because
tricks.
a lot of people have, just lying around from leftover from Thanksgiving,
Yep.
a can of cream style corn from that corn pudding they made
Use it up.
back at the holidays.
Use it up.
We're going to make a fritter, but first we need to saute off a few of our vegetables. So I'm just sauteing some onion, and then if you would, we're going to add in our shiitakes.
Just throw it in there?
With just like a tablespoon of olive oil or canola oil.
Now, why do you use shiitake mushrooms?
I just love shiitakes. The mushrooms are going to bring a really nice earthy and rich flavor, and meaty as well.
Yes.
If you're not going to add like meat into this, the mushrooms really are going to bring a lot of flavor to that. So yeah, that's why I wanted to use the shiitakes for sure. And I prefer them over most mushrooms.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah. All right, so we're sauteing them because a lot of the mushrooms have more water, and you have water in your vegetables, so you don't want water in your fritter when you go to fry it. So you need to cook it off ahead of time so that it releases that liquid out of the vegetables.
That makes sense. You wouldn't even think of that if you weren't an expert like you.
All right.
That's why we have her.
All right, so while these are sauteing, we're going to start to build our fritter batter. If you would, do maybe a teaspoon and a half of the baking powder. Baking powder is going to be kind of our leavener. It's going to help our fritter to rise a little bit. And then we are going to add in some flour, about a cup of flour, all purpose, not self-rising because we just added baking powder to it. So I think I'm right there at a cup.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to season our flour, of course, with a little salt and pepper as well.
Always. I love that we can always depend on the salt and pepper.
With me, it
helps,
a must.
though.
All right, we're going to add some fresh corn.
Oh, so we actually saute that as well.
Yep, into that. You could go a lot of different directions at this point. If you wanted to add more seasoning into this, you could go with like some Cajun seasoning.
Oh, yes.
You could add some fresh herbs.
Spice it up.
There's a lot of things that you could do, but I'm just going to spice it up with just a hint of sriracha. You know me.
Our favorite.
Yeah, but I get it all over you.
That's okay. I mean, who doesn't want to smell like sriracha all day, right?
Yeah.
You know I put it on everything.
All right, so that's our basic, ingredients that are going to go into our filling. And then for our batter, again, we've got that salt, the pepper, the baking powder, and the flour. I'm going to add just a little bit of cream style corn. That's going to be our liquid, all right, to our fritter. And then we're going to take our ingredients and just add them right into our mixture. I'm just going to add it all.
Using the cream style corn.
Yeah, I'm just using that so it's kind of the liquid to kind of bring it all together.
And adding a little more flavor.
And so now we're just going to kind of work our fritters in. If it's still too dry, you can just add a little bit more of that cream style corn. But I think we are going to be in good shape.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get these as appetizers or finger food a lot of times in a lot of restaurants. And you always wonder how they're made. They don't just magically appear.
All right, so now we're going to do some oil in our pan, and we're going to really heat that up. So I want enough to kind of shallow fry to where it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan.
Do we need a certain pan to fry correctly?
No, I mean, you just need, I like a heavy bottom skillet. This will be just fine because we can flip these over. And yeah, so we'll just take our mixture here. We got to let our oil heat up, but then we'll just sear and have these perfect little corn fritters.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll fry some of these up, and then we'll plate and we'll try them. We'll eat them. just kind of crisp these up. There's no like raw egg or anything in there,
No.
so as soon as they're crispy, they're really like ready to go. And like I said, I think these would pair so well with like a little fresh tomato.
Yes.
And kind of layer
See, you did make them fancy.
a little bit.
Well, you have shiitake mushrooms in there.
Yep, and then of course you said you like it hot,
Of
right?
course.
So we'll top this with some sriracha, and voila.
Allison, I didn't know you could make fritters such a pretty dish. I'm really impressed.
All right. Well, you guys know where to find this recipe. You can go to middaykentucky.com/recipes tab. We're going to eat this up. We'll be right back.
Beautiful fritters.